3 months ago, we published our launch video. From the outside, you haven't maybe seen a lot, but we have been building non-stop. It's been about 3 months since we've shown you Warmwind OS, and so far we had a lot of positive feedback, and it's about time that we give you a quick preview and update on the new version Warmwind Beta V2. Also, till the end of the video, I will definitely tell you how you will get access to the next rollout stage. When we take a look at the product, everything feels pretty familiar. Not a lot of things changed, it's just a minor update. But still, we think these changes were necessary with the feedback of our users to make the product feel even greater. First thing we changed is how you should think about a space. What we found is that people like to give a lot of smaller tasks over the day, and typically spaces only have to be active for a few minutes or a few hours a day, but not 24/7. This typically broke the bank for many users because you wanted to split different use cases across multiple spaces. With the new architecture, you can and you even should. We found when you take your tasks and split them across multiple spaces, the quality of the output will improve significantly. So from now on, we have a new payment structure in place and a new architecture that will allow you to create much more spaces with smaller individual tasks. When we create a new space, and let's just install, I don't know, Chrome, and we give it a first task, something like get me the stock price of Apple. You will see that at the beginning, spaces typically tend to be quite slow. And you see the space starts thinking, and now it's counting up like seconds over seconds over seconds. You can also see the next feature, which I will come to in a minute, which is the worklist here at the sidebar. We found that many users greatly prefer quality of output versus speed of output. What you can see here is a new model we created. We went back to the drawing board and really put emphasis on accuracy of output versus only speed. But because we had this opportunity to rethink the whole architecture from this point of view, we created a model which can really learn on its task. So while it's pretty slow at the beginning, it will get faster and faster while it's growing with its tasks. When you have a list task with extracting data from thousands of rows of PDF or whatever, you will see that the model will start quite slowly. Sometimes a click will take 10 seconds, but over time, the speed will increase drastically. So it's just like muscle memory. The model is learning on the job, and after a few minutes, you will see that the speed increases 10 or 20x from the base speed while keeping high accuracy. So as we've already seen at the sidebar, that's what we call our visor. Like it's a head-up display. It's always inside the view, but it never gets into your way. It typically shows you where the AI currently is in its task. And now you can see it went all the way back to the top because it finished the task, and I could tell it like, do the same thing again. I will not do this right now. So when we come over to our sidebar visor, we will see that it will expand and show us all the different steps the model takes to reach our goal. This was a very easy task, but with more complex workflows, this will come in very handy. So when we come over here, we will see this worklist, and this worklist can be edited in two ways. Number one, I can just go in and tell it what to do. So for example, here I see the stock price was searched up in euro. Maybe I want US dollar. Then I can say, get me the price in USD, not euro, for example. But let's remove it there, and we can go down here and say, not euro, please do USD always. And now we can see when we come over to the worklist again, it updated the worklist, and now it shows use US dollar. That's how easy it is to use the worklist. And when I change my mind, and maybe I don't really want to type a lot in the chat, and I can just go in here and change it back to, well, let's use euro. And now that that's working, we can just go over to the next space, and I will show you a new addition to the teaching mode. All of us really love the teaching mode, and I think you will too. There's no easier way to create an automation than just showing the AI what you want it to do. And with teaching mode, you can just take over control of the cursor and talk the model through your reasoning process. This really enables the model to get a real deep understanding of your thinking and why you do certain things the way you're doing them. And we found there are just some situations where it's not really possible to talk to your computer. Maybe you're in a library, maybe you're in a train, maybe you're in a cafe. That's why we introduce text input. I personally call it cursor chat. You click continue. So when I take over control of the cursor, before I always just could talk to the computer. So this is, to be honest, still my preferred method, but it's just not always possible. So this is the new way. You just take the cursor and click wherever you want. And now there's an input opening up and you can just describe why the model should click here. Yeah, and if you do this and go through your task, you will then just hit finish and a new work list will be created by whatever you show on the model. Overall, V2 is just much more stable and feels much more natural to use. Also, the AI will really pick up on your goals and you're not forced to write these super long prompts. Still, this is a technical preview and we urge you to keep in mind that the AI can make fundamental errors you are not expecting.